This week is all about mailman, male men. That's what we're talking about all week long. And this morning, and happy Monday morning to you, this morning is all about sissified. Bishop, did you say that? Bishop, come on now. Did you actually use those words on? Yes, I did. Sissified. That's what I did. Well, happy Monday morning to everybody. It's time for Morning Manna. And this morning, we're going to begin the whole series this whole week. And you got to tune in. You cannot miss a Morning Manna this week because this week we are dealing with men. We're dealing with men. You're talking about men moving forward, men doing the things that God has called us to do. This week, I'm going to be helping men and women talking about male men and male men in every situation. Well, this morning it's about sissified. Well, this is what I need you to do. I want to welcome you to Morning Manna. Happy Monday morning. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. You're ready for the work week. I certainly am. And, this thing has dropped in my spirit and I want to share it with you all. But before I do, I just want to simply ask you to do a couple, three things for me. In Morning Manna, we always welcome you. If it's your first, second, or third time joining us, please let us know. Put it in the chat area. We also ask you to put in the chat area the revelation that you get. Why do we ask you to do that? Because of the cumulative effect of everybody putting what they got out of the Morning Manna. It helps others who then watch it later. The cumulative effect of the revelation that all of us get moves the whole needle forward in terms of now we all got a whole lot more manna to live on. That's what we like to do. The other thing we like to ask you to do is to share the manna, So in 5 minutes or less, we're going to give you this morning's manna, the text to talk and the takeaway. And this week it's all about mailmen, part 1, sissified. I said it. I sure did say it. Here's the text. 1 Corinthians 16, 13 through 14 says this. Be watchful, stand firm in the faith. Listen, act like men. Act like men. Be strong. Let it all be done in love. Let me say that to you one more time. 1 Corinthians 16, 13 through 14, talking about sissified. Male men this week. Be watchful, stand firm, Paul talking, stand firm in the faith, act like men, be strong, let it all be done in love. This morning, I want to talk about sissified. I want to let you know something. I've given you the text, and I'm going to give you 3 things from the text that you can use, and then a gem at the end as your takeaway. But before I do that, let me put things in context. Here is Paul talking to a group of men of faith, and he's telling them how they should conduct their lives. What we have now in our culture and in our world, we have men wearing skirts. We have men that have decided that they're going to do something else with their sexual organ. We have men that are not quite certain as to how they should roll and how they should be. And the culture has embraced this and has normalized this. We've normalized it by the feminization of our culture. Now, what do I mean by that? When we begin to put more emphasis on what we feel than what we think, we then overuse our feelings and it feminizes us. There has to be a balance, so back off before you come for me. There has to be a balance because, of course, feelings are extremely important. They are. But feelings alone cannot dictate our behavior because feelings alone cannot be trustworthy or dependable. Now, broad brush. Women tend to move more in feelings. Broad brush. Not only in their feelings, but tend to be more in tune with their feelings and their emotions. Men tend to think. You ask a man, how does he feel? He'll tell you what he thinks. You ask a woman what she thinks, she'll tell you how she feels. So, what am I saying here? I'm going to go a little bit long this morning because I want to give you the foundation of where we're going all week long. There has to be a balance because the feelings come through our spinal cord up the rear part of our brain. Before it gets to the thinking part of our brain, it comes to the rear of our brain. And there, if we make a decision back here and not here, then we're going to be in trouble. Both has to come together. It has to be a balance. So therefore, when we emphasize, and you see it all the time in our culture, so much emphasis on our feelings and not what we think, or reasoning, I should say. So what does that mean with respect to sissified? Well, that's the whole piece that I need you to focus in on to pull you in so that you can hear what the word is saying. Paul said, act like a man. Act like a man. Three things that I want to share with you with respect to acting like a man. The first thing is reflect God's image. Reflect God's image. Project godliness. That's what Paul is saying here. Let me read it again. In 1 Corinthians 16, 13 through 14 says, be watchful, stand firm in the faith, act like a man. Act like a man. Be strong. Let it all be done in love. Reflect the image of God. Reflect the image of God because we were made in his image. We were made in his image. Number two, reject cultural stereotypes. Reject cultural stereotypes. I was told, I don't know that it is completely true, it is anecdotal at best, that if you ask a certain demographic now, they will tell you that they are bisexual automatically. Where they are still developing, they will say automatically that they are somehow or another bisexual because they don't identify or have some pansexuality because they don't want to identify with a particular sex. Make up your mind as how pronoun you're going to address me by, or you might get in trouble. That's where we are. And I am saying men reject those cultural things that are happening. The third thing is this: resurrect the image of Christ. Resurrect the image of Christ. Here is where we make a mistake in the faith. Many times we make a mistake in the faith because we project Christ as this low and humble, meek kind of a man. That's not an attractive Christ. It's not. I'm not attracted to that Christ. I'm attracted to the Christ that comes in and turns over tables. I'm attracted to the Christ that projects strength. It took strength to be a carpenter during biblical times. You weren't a weakling. It took strength to take a cross up Golgotha's hill, 300 pounds plus, after you done took a whipping on top of that. That's strength. So when Paul says, let me read it again, be watchful, stand firm in the faith, act like a man, be strong. I'm not just talking about emotional and physical. I'm talking about in the faith. Let it all be done in love. Let me help you there, because so often we think men or machismo is all about a outward over emphasis on my physique and those kinds of things. Being strong in love means I'm projecting Christ, and Christ is not a weakling. So let's deal with that sissified culture that we have put out here, and I'm going to be talking about it all week. What's your takeaway this morning? What's your takeaway this morning? Your takeaway is this: it's time to be what a woman is looking for, a man of God. Oh my God. It's time to be what women are looking for, men of God. More of this tomorrow as we talk about male men all week long. Make sure you share the Manna. Don't keep it to yourself. God bless you. Hope you have a fantastic day. Lord be with you, face shine upon you, and give you peace. Share the manna. Don't keep it to yourself. Bye now.